view, was able to win it and restore a bit of confidence again. He'd gone through a very difficult spell watching Higgins wipe out that commanding three-frame advantage and then move ahead of him.
Thank you. Take your seats, please.
But now it's anyone's match
Frame
again.
9.
A best of 3 for a place in the UK semi-finals. Not to mention the guaranteed £35,000 cheque on offer for the winner.
Good break-off shot.
Thanks.
Yeah, terrific from Mark there. Just a little tap on the table from John. So well played. As I said before, this match has been played in great spirit between these two, but very competitive, of course, at the same time. Great respect for each other. Look at that. Huh. Great pot, and he's held nicely for the pink. He meant that one.
Seven. Eight.
Oh, great red to the left corner there, Phil, to get in, and nicely held for the pink. Good chance, this. Well, he's done it again. He's lost the white. Trying to play the cannon, didn't get it.
50.
Now he's out of position. Well, okay, he's got this red to the middle, but it's tough. Any sort of cannon on anything there would have been okay.
$60.
Well, the pink goes, not sure whether he's on the black, but the pink is going away for them slightly.
Pink ball.
Going to come across the left-hand side of the table for that red. Well, there must be something else. Ooh. Yes, there's one in the middle of the pack that's available.
22. $23.
Well, it's a terrific pot, that, especially at that pace, to come back for the reds. And he's on this red just above the black, and if he's got the angle here, he can move the other red away from the black. That's what he needs, some 70 points. Oh, he's got them now. He's worked really hard to put himself in this position.
$37. $38. $45. $46. $53. $54.
So John 61 ahead here. Just a few more reds with colours will do to put him one frame away from the semi-final. What a match this is now.
62.
Can't take your eyes off this one, Phil.
No, but you get the sense that Higgins is the stronger player right now. Yes, Selby managed to level at 8-all, but Higgins has had the momentum ever since he got out of jail in that fourth frame. He's piling the pressure back on the reigning world champion, world number one, with this break.
68. $69. 75. John Higgins, 75.
Well, Mark Selby comes back to the table. Higgins annoyed he's missed that red, which would have killed the frame for sure. Selby, as we know, very adept at getting snookers. Did he get a bad contact there?
Do you know, I think he's just had to play it with a little bit of right-hand side field just to try and kick it in. I think the pink was slightly obscuring the angle.
Yeah.
So, he's tried to kick it in, but he's overdone it.
It wasn't a kick because it went thin. And when you get a bad contact, the ball is a thick contact. So 2 snookers needed for Selby. By no means an impossibility for him, but a lot to do.
Eight. 9. $60. 17. Yeah. 24.
Well, there's no doubt you'll keep the
25.
last red on here. Got to go around the table with the cue ball, though. Just left himself a little bit short on this black, but make sure the black has to go in.
$32. Mark Selby, 32.
He's got the snooker. Of course, it's Mark that needs snookers. He's going to have to swerve around the brown here and try and get this safe. Not easy. Caught it well. Doesn't want the knuckle. Oh, frame over.
Frame conceded, frame. John Higgins.
So John Higgins back in front, and now just a frame away from a place in the UK Championship semi-finals. He leads the world #1 Mark Selby by 5 frames to 4.
The Financial Conduct Authority plans to permanently end claims for missold PPI. If this passes, you could miss out. With billions of pounds still to be repaid, some of that money could be yours. So call now and speak to Claim for Refunds. With over 100,000 customers, we could help you make a winning claim. Most people didn't even know they had PPI until they spoke to us. We've reclaimed over £127 million for people like Mr. Hughes. He called us and won over £60 £26,000. And Mrs. George, she won over £9,000. All we need is the name of your bank. So if you've taken out any loan or credit card, let Claim for Refunds find out for free if you had PPI. And if we don't win your money back, you don't pay us a penny. Guaranteed. Call 0800 044 3076 or text YES to 82772 for your free PPI check. You could be owed thousands and not even know. Call now.
It was a match that promised much, and it certainly delivered. John Higgins 3-0 down at one stage. Mark Selby firmly in charge, had that opportunity, and it was a great one for 4-0. But the moment he missed that all-important red, which was effectively frame ball, you just sensed that the match might turn, and it surely did. Higgins with 4 straight frames. Selby managing to stop the rot in the 8th, but now Higgins moving 4-3, or rather 5-4 in front, which means he only needs one more for a place in the UK semi-finals and a meeting with Sean Murphy, who earlier thrashed Luca Brissell 6-1 over on Eurosport 2. So can Higgins finish the job here and now, or can Selby take us all the way
Thank you.
to
Frame
a one-frame shootout?
Quiet down, please. Mark Selby to break.
Well, this red on the left-hand side is on, and he can come through for the black here, John. It's fairly straight. I think he'll be taking this on. Can't really leave anything except that red. He's got the slight angle as well to come off the top cushion. No. Come right across it. I think he's playing the double here, or thinking about it. Well, he could leave 1 or 2 on. You can't get them safe. He could bring the white back, but then he might leave 1 to the middle. Just looking at the one down the table now, probably for... Well, he won't take that on, it's for safety, of course. too bad. Well, say that, this one's on to the corner. I thought he might have covered that or with the other red. John will think about this. Pink's not available. He's going to have to play this with pace, though, to get back for the blue, and you know, if he misses it and double kisses, he's going to leave everything on. But you've got to look on the positive side. If he gets it and then gets on the blue, chance to win the match. Ooh. Do you know, he's got away with that, you know. I think it's covered that red to the left corner.
There's a rueful smile if ever I've seen one. Higgins very lucky there.
Well, chose to go for that one as well, but this time he hasn't got away with it.
One.
Oh, he's done well there to get the white at this end of the table. Great chance here for Mark to take us into a decider. I suppose in some ways that would be fitting for this match.
Five.
This isn't too bad, actually, putting the black onto its own spot, because it will go to the left corner. At some stage, Mark will be able to move that red away from the black spot. Pink ball go into the right corner pocket. Blue's down the table. Let's not forget, for all his experience and everything like that, there's pressure on these, Phil. You know, his next mistake might be his last, and John steps in to win the match.
12.
There's huge pressure. You don't win 2 world titles, 3 Masters crowns and the UK without being able to absorb that pressure.
Absolutely.
And excel when you're really under the heat.
Yep. And he's right up there when it comes to that.
30. $20. Yep. 21. $28.
Well, this has gone wrong. I was hoping to be a little bit higher off that red for the left and for that red into the same corner as the black, but now he's got this one to the corner. Wow, this is massive. Absolutely massive. Well played. Wasn't a bang in the middle, but I tell you what, it doesn't matter. It went in.
Selby holds his nerve to keep the break going. The break that he hopes will take him to a 1-frame shootout. When he led 3-0, he had
33.
high hopes of avoiding that kind of nail-biting drama, but now he'd give everything to put himself in that situation.
34. $40. $41. $47. $48. $54. 55.
That could have been a kick. Could have been a kick. Let's look where the white's finished.
62.
Totally has taken the pace under the cue ball. Still has the red to the middle. He can stun off the side cushion, but he didn't need that at this stage, Phil.
No, he got one earlier in the piece, didn't he? A terrible one on the pink when he was in, which caused him to miss the pot. He ended up losing the frame. Still got a little bit to do here.
$63.
No words required. Selby's face tells the story. The red goes in, but no position.
Yeah, a little unlucky just to glance the green. If he hits it full ball, he's on the blue, and also the yellow, but there's no way he's taking anything on here.
Which means he's going to need another red to make the frame safe. 67 still available.
Frustrating, Phil, isn't it, when you're that deep into a frame and you just want in one ball. But time and time again it happens. Trying to put the green safe on the side cushion. He's put it against the red, so he's done pretty well there. But again, he was unlucky to get the kick off the black and then the cannon into the green. But he's still battling away. Well, there's a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel here in this one for John, but there's going to be some clearance if he gets the chance. Well, he's looking at this red to the left corner. It's frame ball, of course. And with everything fairly safe, there's no doubt he'll go for this. No. Good cue ball, though. Very clever. That was intended, cushion first. Just got to keep himself focused in case he does get the chance to win the frame and match, of course. Don't know whether Mark might consider a cross double here. White down, back down the table. Might be able to get him behind the green here. Full ball on the red. And just push the red beyond the green, lay the snooker. Ooh, that was risky. Didn't catch it full ball. He could have easily left that red on. Well, he's had a go at that, but I tell you what, he's been very lucky to see the cue ball go through the reds there. Just look at this. I mean, how has he missed those? And that makes you wonder, Phil, whether he's destined to win this frame and the match.
Well, I think it's probably fair to say that the luck that's been going today has mainly gone John Higgins' way. The odd rub here and there that has helped him out. And then if you factor in a couple of kicks that Selby has had at key moments. And when a match is as tight as this, between two great players such as this, those little moments can make a big, big difference.
And this is a big, big shot here if he's taking this on, because he's clashing into the reds.
Oh, great pot. Frame ball.
Well, I'll tell you what, that sums up the man, doesn't it? Absolutely sums up the man there.
100% granite. And it should be a frame winner, which means we should be going all the way.
Well, Selby won.
Yeah, John's going to play on just for a little while, see what happens. I'll tell you what, I'm just thinking, if you're going to build a new house, you'd want it made out of these two, wouldn't you? It'll last for 1,000 years.
Yes, I think the big bad wolf would struggle to blow down the Higgins and Selby residences.
Yeah.
2 snookers required, and Higgins facing one.
Well, he might just concede now. Mark waiting for the concession. Well, hang on.
Foul.
A nod of the head.
Frame conceded, frame.
Well, what a match it's been. A thoroughly engrossing battle between 2 great snooker players. It deserves a final frame, and that is precisely what we've got here on Eurosport 1. We're going all the way.
The Financial Conduct Authority plans to permanently end claims for missold PPI. If this passes, you could miss out. With billions of pounds still to be repaid, some of that money could be yours. So call now and speak to Claim for Refunds. With over 100,000 customers, we could help you make a winning claim. Most people didn't even know they had PPI until they spoke to us. We've reclaimed over £127 million for people like Mr. Hughes. He called us and won over £66 £26,000. And Mrs. George, she won over £9,000. All we need is the name of your bank. So if you've taken out any loan or credit card, let Claim for Refunds find out for free if you had PPI. And if we don't win your money back, you don't pay us a penny. Guaranteed. Call 0800 044 3076 or text YES to 82772 for your free PPI check. You could be owed thousands and not even know. Call now.
One of the great battles in recent snooker history. Mark Selby, world number 1, world champion, up against John Higgins, 4 times world champion, 3 times UK champion. And I guess there's an air of inevitability about a final frame decider between this pair. What a topsy-turvy encounter it's been. Mark Selby out of the blocks so fast. 3 straight frames, it could have been 4. Higgins managed to pinch that 4th frame. How important that was. He then went on a 4-frame winning spin. Selby managing to drag himself back into it in the 8th. And then again in the 10th, courtesy of that brilliant long red, which simply had to go in. Nerves of steel from Selby and from Higgins. And it's all come down to 1 frame. It's like pot black, only with rather a lot riding on it, Mike.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, I'm not even going to ask you the question, who do you fancy, because it's a spin of a coin, isn't it? There was a spin of the coin at the beginning of the match. There won't be a spin of a coin here, of course, because it's not a respotted black. They'll just continue. But I'll tell you what, you can't go either way here. It's going to be, you know, somebody gets in, it could be all over.
Well, we said right at the beginning, didn't we, pick a winner, and 4 hours and 20 minutes on, we're still no closer to knowing.
Well, I mean, this is a great advert for the game, isn't it? These two greats going at each other like this. It really is, you know, and they're bang under it, but they've produced some good stuff here this afternoon. The tension has been there, but, you know, this man has stood his ground, but that red he's knocked in there, knowing he was clashing everything else. I mean, like I said, that was just the man.
It was a great pot, and that will inspire him, I'm sure, in this final frame duel.
Thank you, the deciding frame.
To the semi-finals and a meeting tomorrow with Sean Murphy, conqueror of Luca Brissell, in a rather more one-sided encounter. This has been anything but. It's been a heavyweight battle, and it's going to the 15th and final round.
Well, there was one guaranteed winner this afternoon, Phil, and that was the game of snooker. Great advert.
We've seen that rueful grin of Selby's a few times this afternoon.
Yes, brought the red up, but just covered it with the green. So the first mistake then from Scott. Great red. He's on the blue. Couple of loose reds here.
One. And white. 6.
The maxim goes that in a final
7.
frame like this, all you can ask for is one opportunity, and it's a question of whether you can take it and maximise it. This is Selby's.
$14. $15.
Still one there in the middle of the bunch to the right corner, so he's got a perfect angle here just to come off the top cushion with a cue ball.
$22.
Well, chose to go into them. It's not ideal, but he's got a couple of choices here. One to the middle pocket, one to the corner. He's taken this one to the right centre, going down for the blue. Yeah, well played.
23.
Well, this is the shot that surprised me, because I thought he might just play on the red that was available, but he chose to try and get them open and went aggressive. Might go again here into the pink. Oh. Well, again, it's not come out. He's got the red to the middle, but it's not ideal.
28.
Higgins looking for signs from Selby's body language as to what he's landed on here, if anything. Could have been better for Selby. It was an aggressive shot. It was a very positive shot. He's going for the jugular here.
Well, it's incredible. I mean, he had a little bit of check sign on the white, which just squared the white up. But, I mean, he could still tap this red on. He could find the gap for the black. But I'll tell you what, if he misses it.
Yeah, and the pressure out there right now is absolutely intense.
Looks like he's already looking for a safety.
It's finding that balance, isn't it, between positivity and recklessness. We saw the inexperienced Liam Highfield play a terrific match last evening with Mark Williams, but in the last couple of frames he went for all sorts that, in hindsight, I'm sure he would not have done. Selby much more used to this cauldron-like pressure, but he's still tempted to try and continue the break, even though it's tough to do so and the risks are high.
Yeah, I think they're too high, actually.
Mark Selby, 28.
Selby deciding discretion is the better part of valour. Probably the correct decision. It's been Higgins' turn to be frozen out for a while. 28 points behind in the decider.
brilliant. Slow down there. Well, now then, will he lay the snooker or will he take the brown one? He's been aggressive so far in this final frame. There you go. Can't blame him for playing this.
Mark Selby 1.
But he might have overdone it. I think, well, he's left an edge on the red there. That's careless.
Well, those shots are never easy at the best of times, but when you're under this kind of pressure in a final frame, that delicate touch can desert you. But it made a big difference, didn't it? A straightforward safety from Higgins when he might have been snookered. And the Reds are invitingly spread.
John, sorry, Mark can play a similar shot here, but you're absolutely right. I mean, if he gets the cue ball welded to the green, he's nailed on, really. It's difficult to get safe from there.
Nice rub on the brown for Selby, which helps the cue ball find the baulk cushion. Higgins' job made that a little bit tougher. He was up quickly there, Higgins. He needs some cover. Ooh. He won't have that one back.
I mean, there is a path here for Mark, but, you know, it's got to be said that John's had 1 or 2 rubs, actually, towards the end of this match. He's had the better of it. But he can get him behind the brown here. As long as you make sure he covers that red on the right-hand side. This looks tasty. Just a little bit wide. He's got the red covered, but John able to get the cue ball back to the baulk area. Well, we're still none the wiser who's going into the semi-finals tomorrow. One there already, Sean Murphy. Took care of Luca Pacelli earlier today, 6-1. Played well. Well, just a containing shot there for Mark. It's pretty good. Well, John could do with his touching. No, it's not. What a shot that is. Very clever.
And acknowledged by Higgins.
Well, that is very clever, Phil, isn't it? To leave the white there. I mean, this could be a push shot. If he comes off the side cushion, he could leave things on. How good a shot was that for Mark Selby?
Well, there's only about one player that I can think of who can match, if not outwit Higgins in a safety battle, and it's the man he's playing today. Two master tacticians.
Oh, that was a foul.
Well, my impression was that he didn't hit anything there,
No,
apart from the edge of the cue.
Foul and a miss.
Yeah. Did he put it back?
Mark Selby 4.
Matt normally said, we'll put it back then.
So what Higgins is trying to do here, and we've seen Mark Williams do this a few times, is almost miss the cue ball altogether and just nick it so that he can touch that red without pushing it.
He's trying to get at the edge of the cue ball rather than the big. Obviously, it'll be a push shot. I have to play the same thing again. Re-rack?
I don't think so.
I mean, that was a great shot from Mark to leave the white there. John's in trouble here. He doesn't know what to do with it. Well, that's the audience, but the mobile phones are switched off. Or should be.
So Selby in the ascendancy in this decider for the time being.
And it made all the difference when Mark did play that shot. John was coming to the table hoping that it was a touching ball. But it isn't, and that's what makes this shot so more difficult. Same again. Feather in the white just to catch the red. Push shot.
Foul.
It was a push shot.
And Higgins confessed it
Yeah.
straight away. No arguments. Well, he was in a real pickle there.
Might make him play again. The only thing is now, let's have a look at this. It was a push shot. Yeah, it's a double hit. The only problem is now there's a bit of distance between these, the red and the cue ball. If he puts him back in, I don't know whether John might contemplate the plant here.
Well, he has put him back in. What a strange situation in a final frame.
Well, there's one last evening, wasn't there, with Liam Highfield and Mark Williams when they had the yellow and the blue in the pocket and the red.
So the tables have turned. It's Selby's turn to try and figure out a way of leaving the cue ball safe.
Well, if he were to just touch to these reds, and imagine, Phil, if they were both touching and he hasn't got an angle to get out, how would he get away with that one? He'd have to play into the black. Give him 7 or 8. Do you know what I'm saying? If Mark was to play this that well, that these two reds finish up touching, there might be an angle to get out, actually, if he does that. The only danger here is if he overhits it. Referee Brendan Moore on the case.
Well, it's a strange scenario, but there's so much at stake here. One false move, and it could be a UK Championship exit for one of these players. Selby with that handy little lead, but that could soon disappear if he lets Higgins in.
Yeah, and there's no way on this earth that Brendan Moore is going to intervene here. He's just going to let this play out. There's too much at stake. If it had been the first frame, perhaps, but not now. But even then, with 37-0 on the board,
I think everyone is aware of the gravity of the situation here. Selby getting on for 3 minutes of thinking time, but you can scarcely blame him.
Well, the only shot he's got is just to play a delicate run into the red, but, you know, it's an edgy, it's a nervy one. If he gets it, overdoes it. Well, he could push this. He's playing the same thing again on the edge of the white. Oh,
Foul.
that's a foul.
Exactly the same as Higgins did first time when he was faced with a similar shot. Nudge the white, but not enough to touch the object ball.
If you need to go, you need to go.
Well,
John's got to take a comfort break here. Not surprising. Not surprising, really. It does happen. He's drinking water and that during the match, and like Brendan said, you know, if you've got to go, you've got to go. I just wonder when Mark might step out as well. Why not?
I think the whole crowd might follow them. This match has been going on for 4 hours and 40 minutes now.
Ollie.
Well, we are as intrigued here in the studio when Neil folds in Jimmy White. I mean, an epic match, 5-all, and this one moment, no wonder he's taking a toilet break. This will probably decide who goes through the semi-final.
Yeah, and of course John Higgins got 4 points. He's not potted a ball for about 45 minutes of play. Obviously, I don't think Mark's going to play a shot until John comes back. That's kind of snooker all etiquette, you know, because usually when you used to come back from the toilet, the guy had potted all the balls, or he said he had.
Yeah.
This is turned a bit interesting now. Obviously, the shot that Selby played initially was a brilliant shot to lay up to the red, but unfortunately it's left to a bit of a stalemate now. He's got a lead, that's why it won't be a re-rack. This is, I'll be honest, I thought that was black first, the one after that he called a push. That was actually a stroke. It's amazing game, Jim.
Well, Mark Selby was world pool champion about 15 years ago, and it was when you fudged with the 2 shots. You played this quite a lot over the pockets.
Yeah.
So you think he'd be the favourite, but Higgins has played a great shot back there and put Selby in a bit of trouble.
That was the foul, though, wasn't it? But
yeah, that was a foul after that.
But in the end, it's just a question of John being back now, and it's a bit of a head-scratcher, guys.
Cannot wait. Philip and Mike.
So Selby back, or rather Higgins back from his comfort break. Selby back to address what is a very tough situation.
Yeah, well, John was thinking it was his shot there. It wasn't his Mark's shot since he's been out. Oh, played that well.
Yeah, he did play that well. That wasn't a push.
Is it touching?
That's what he wanted to do first time around. He's done it this time. Well, how do you progress the situation from here? If it was 0-0, I'm sure they'd call the draw and we'd start this frame again. But, of course, Selby's got that priceless 33-point lead. He doesn't want a re-rack.
Yeah, if it was the first frame, I think one of these players would be putting a cue through the cue ball here.
Brendan Moore, our referee. It's amazing, isn't it? We've had millions of frames of professional snooker down the years, Mike, but no 2 frames are ever the same, and
no.
I don't recall a situation like this before.
No, like I said last evening, that could have got a bit sticky with the yellow and the brown, the yellow and the blue over the corner with the red. But this is even worse. This is if he overhits anything in here, he's going to leave things on. And what does he do? What's he thinking? What's he thinking here?
Whatever he was thinking, he's thought again. I mean, this would be strange at any time in any match, but when you consider what's at stake here, the final frame for a place in the UK semis.
I'll tell you what, Phil, I'm just wondering what he's thinking coming off the red here, off the top cushion, behind the black spot, and then down the table. Is he thinking to try and find the gap? But if he catches that second red, he's in trouble. I think he's trying to get off the top cushion.
Well, he's worked that out. Oh, and he's fluked the red as well.
Well, that is unbelievable. I thought he just had the chance and had the gap to play that. Oh, Mark is sick. Absolutely sick.
Well, he worked it out well, didn't he? But the red was a major bonus.
There was just enough gap. As long as he didn't catch that second red, he was fine.
And he's on the brown as well. If this goes right, Higgins is right back in this decider.
Well, I'm just wondering if anything else is going to happen. What a finish to this match.
5.
Well, that's brilliant. I just looked at that and I thought, that's impossible. But to see that red going...
Oh, he's overcut that red. Would you believe it?
John Higgins,
By
5.
quite a margin.
Has he covered it, though? That's the big question.
Well, Selby just relieved to be back out of his chair. I don't think he could believe it at first. It took him a while to rise from his seat. Higgins can't believe it either.
I think he has got it covered there, Phil. Mark can play one off the other here. Who knows? He might make a plant. Then he's in, well, good position again. 28-point lead. He could make this a plant. Who knows? Well, it's a pretty good cue ball. Well, at least all that was sorted out earlier on. And now it's a, well, I don't know. Is it back to the norm? Can we call it back to the norm? Amazing finish, and we're not done yet.
Not by a long chalk. 28 points, Selby's lead now. Still bags of reds there. Doesn't want a kiss on the blue, just shave past it.
Well, he didn't want that white into the pocket either, but he's played one. Huh. How absorbing is this?
We've got the second semi-final in just over an hour's time. Quarter-final, I should say. The semis are an awfully long way off right now.
You can see the edge of this one. You can pot it. Oh, absolutely brilliant. Bounce on the ground would help. He's in. What a red that is. I mean, he could have played that with a little bit more pace and possibly cannoned into the other red. He didn't. He played it dead weight. And it had to be accurate. Only 27 points behind, but just look where they all are. They need sorting out. A lot to do here for the Scot. Any two players in the world are capable of doing that, it's these two. Just come beyond the blue.
5.
No, I think John's got a slight angle on this red. Can he screw back for the black here through the gap? He's playing the wider one. Missed it. Now, what has he left? Plenty.
Thank you. John Higgins, 5.
Well, it wasn't easy. And the question is, how expensive will that miss on the red prove to be?
One.
.24 in front.
Well, even for Mark, at this stage, this isn't straightforward to win from here. I can see the idea why John played that red, Phil. The other one was dead straight, wasn't it? It was tough to get back from there. He had the angle on the other red to get back for the blue. Just got it too thick, but it's all about what Mark does here now.
6.
Nearly 4 hours of utterly engrossing snooker.
Well, that's not as intended. Huh. I'm just thinking here, Phil, will he take the blue on? He might, you know. He just might. I mean, I don't think he can see the green, actually. He was hoping to push the black and pink into play, but that hasn't worked out. So, you know, he's just likely to take this blue on and knock it in and win the match.
Sounds simple enough. The reality is somewhat different. Here we go. Nope. So Higgins breathes again.
Mark Selby 7.
Mark Selby's lead now 30.
Yeah, it was a big shot, massive pressure. He's covered the red down the table, although he's left John this one down here. Don't know what the angle is on this red. It's a chance, though. He's got a kick.
1.
In fact, that might have helped him because it slowed the white down and he's landed on the black. But he definitely got a kick off the red. Well, even now, Phil, we don't know which way this is going to go.
8.
What an intense quarter-final this is. Would have made a great final, wouldn't it? We've had enough drama and excitement, and the pressure levels are redlining, and yet it's only a last 8 encounter.
Now, can the wizard here pull something out of the bag? Missed it.
John Higgins.
Only 2 out of 3 with the rest today from Higgins. Could have been worse, though.
I think Mark's taken this onto the yellow pocket, just bring the white back a little bit for the black. He'll cover the one on the top cushion. No gimme. Oof. Well, where the balls are positioned at the moment, Mark is favourite. There's no doubt about that. Just hide the red behind the pink here. I just wonder whether John might take a risk and play the cross double. Bring the white out of bulk. He might do, you know. Double to the right centre. No, too wide. It's okay. Okay, he caught the other red, but it's okay. Having said that, he could find himself in trouble after this one if Mark played a good one. Well, the red is on. Again, under these circumstances, it's not easy. Oh, unbelievable. OK, he's not on a colour, but he's got control of the table. Well, there's no way he'll take the brown on. Snooker behind the green. What a red.
John Higgins, 1.
Well, that's not as good as it might have been.
Yeah, you can see some of this one. He's going to have to play it well, though, to avoid the reds near the top cushion. Well, he's still got a chance. Look at this for a red, though. Bang in the middle.
Selby knew that was in before Higgins did. He was right down the line.
Got to be careful with this one, though. Played it thicker, but he's caught the other red. Well, he's not left that one, but he's left this one down here. Now, if John can pop this red, get over for the black, and then possibly screw into those 2 reds. Mark a little bit lucky there that he hasn't left that red on down the table. That's another problem for John, to get right back into this frame. Yeah, he might have gone a fraction too high here for the cannon. And in trying to get the action on the white, there's always a chance he could miss the black. I think he'll go down for the one near the green. Yeah, he hasn't got the angle to get the cannon, so it's down for the other one. Lay the snooker, perhaps. If he misses the blue, he was trying to get on it there. That hasn't helped, pushing the blue safe.
8.
Or safer.
Mark Selby's lead shaved to just 13 points. Still 51 on the table.
Well, he's walked away in disgust there, John Higgins, because he knows that's not a great safety. He's offered up a chance of a pot. A chance for Mark to get back at the table. Fractions. Absolute fractions.
And he's left it.
Needs to be high in the black, though. Keep going. This time, it looks better. Oh, I don't know. Has he gone a bit straight here? He's bang straight. No chance. Can't get the reds out with that. He'll just take the 7 points and play a safety.
In the words of the whirlwind, Shredsville, Arizona.
Have you ever been there?
I'm there right now.
Got to be careful here, but if he just catches it a fraction too thick, he could bounce the red off the cushion higher than intended. Get the right contact. Yep, and it is.
Thanks.
Well, there's just 5 points in it now.
8.
Well, what a frame this is. What a match this is. When you get a match like this, though, Phil, hang on a minute. Ooh, hang on a minute. Oh, he's got it, I think. I was about to say, when you get a match like this, you know, and these two boys have given everything, it's a shame that one of them has to go home.
Well, we were always going to lose one great player today. We still don't know who that great player is going to be. This frame right in the balance, but that's not great from Higgins.
No, he was trying to get that sort of just about half ball and push it to the other red. This is on. This red is on. And so is the other one. And, what, with a 5-point lead, just doing the calculations here, I'm just trying to think, well, I think he'll probably need the blue, actually. Depends on the colours he takes. Well, he's held for the black, so 2 blacks. He won't need the blue.
Opportunity knocks for the jester.
And I can tell you now, there will be a reaction from Mark Selby once he wins this.
If he wins this.
Yeah. Fancy him from here, though. It's gone a bit straight on the black. Might have to leave the yellow from distance. And, well, if he screws this back with reverse side, who knows with this sort of tension that's going on. He's got a little bit of angle. Didn't fully commit there with regards to the side. He decided to make sure the pot leave the yellow from distance. He only needs
60.
the yellow and the green.
But this is a big pressure pot.
There might be a reaction from him if he knocks this in, Phil, and gets on the green. Oh, that was didn't need that. Well, John must be thinking this is gone. Oh, not yet. He was a mile away. Absolute mile away.
60.
Well, you can't overestimate the pressure that both players are feeling right now. Nothing is straightforward.
Yeah, unlike Mark, that he normally knocks those in.
Well, it's the blue that's giving Selby some insurance here.
I just wonder whether he might take this yellow on to the left corner, come off the cue, well, take the cue ball offside and top cushions for the green. He still has a chance here. He's looked at the potting angle twice, which tells me that he's going for this into this left corner. No, it's not in the middle either. But he's got it safe.
With both blue and pink awkwardly placed, that 21-point lead is priceless for the world number 1. It's been an absolute marathon, but it's been absolutely gripping too.
Well, he's played one. Well done. Well, I can understand why he's played that, but the only problem with that shot is now lost control of the table, because John can, but Mark in some trouble here, possibly behind the green. gone for the double. Gone for the treble. Oh! And they wait for the double. The treble was the bonus.
The shake of the head from Selby. He's so close and yet so far away. Higgins has still got a lot to do, though, with two of the remaining colours that he needs tied up.
Yeah, I don't think he fancied John going for that, Phil. But this is no gimme as well. He's trying to float it in to stay on the brown. He hasn't got it.
John Higgins.
It could be all over here for the Scot.
19 the difference. If Selby pots the green, which he can't miss, Higgins can only tie. The brown is match ball.
Oh, now then. He's dropped short.
Well, the tension is palpable. But this effectively wins Selby the match and a place in the semi-finals. It's there.
7.
Oh, a little shake of the head. Mentally, he must be thoroughly drained. Both of these players have given absolutely everything this afternoon.
Yeah, it's been an epic. And if that goes in, he's definitely there. He is now. Well, what a match these two lads have produced.
Mark Selby led 3-0. He trailed 4-3 and 5-4. But once again, he has shown his unrivaled fighting qualities and has found a way to get over the line in one of the best matches you could ever wish to see. It was long, but it was brilliant. And it is the jester from Leicester, the world champion, the world #1 who books his place in the semis and a meeting with Murphy. He's won 6-5.
What a final frame. Let's just confirm it with you there. Mark Selby and Sean Murphy will meet in the second semi-final of the 2016 World Snooker Championship. We'll decide the first semi-final very, very shortly, back on air at 6:45. Williams O'Sullivan in Eurosport 1, Jones Fu on Eurosport 2. Jimmy White and Neil Foulds first. If that last frame was a play, how many acts did it have? 15, 16? Key moments.
It's why we love snooker, because Jimmy and I are sitting here, you know, and it's been a long day, but we kind of live every shot because we've been there, and it's all about the tension, and everything goes to jelly, Jimmy, doesn't it, at times?
That was a proper scrap, you know. You got two of the best players in the world, so much respect for each other, you know, and it was just a proper scrap from start to finish.
If you were to pick out